What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I'm going to speak to you about Gervonta Davis. Supposedly, he said that he's going to retire by the end of 2025. And what I think probably he might. He probably might actually retire from boxing because there's this other video that I saw of him, and he just doesn't seem like he doesn't have the passion to actually box anymore. Yeah, that's like the main issue for Gervonta. Maybe because there isn't any opponent that he thinks that can probably give him like a good challenge, or maybe he's like ducking Shakur Stevenson or David Haney. I don't know, man. What I saw on that post from him, he just seems like he just not passionate about boxing anymore. He just wants to retire. He did say like a couple of years back that he was going to retire once he turned 30. He's already 30, but he did say that by the end of 2025 he is going to retire. And I do believe him. I don't think he's not like Tyson Fury. Like he says one thing and he says another. I think that I think he is being serious. He definitely is being serious. Like there's I don't know, man. There's just really isn't that many good opponents to face him. Teofimo Lopez would have been a great one. Shakur Stevenson, maybe so, but I feel like he would have smoked him. I feel like Gervonta Davis would have defeated Shakur Stevenson just like that. Devin Haney, on the other hand, maybe he was the one that might have given him a good challenge. But yeah, there isn't that many good boxers, to be honest, in this era, is there? Like on his weight class. There isn't that many huge names. Like the only huge name that he really fought was Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia, he did lose against him. And probably we're never going to get the rematch that I wanted. I really did want a rematch against these two. Because to be honest, I feel like these two, they're the best lightweights of this era. They're the best lightweights of their era, man, because if they ever face like somebody else other than each other, I feel like they will always win. Just that Gervonta Davis, he got the upper hand against Ryan Garcia this time. But yeah, man, these guys are just so good in their craft. Ryan Garcia, he's like a knockout artist. Same thing as Gervonta Davis, but like I think he has like more of an IQ mix with the KO power. But yeah, that's the main thing that is happening right now for Gervonta. And yeah, I do believe him. I do believe that he is going to retire, and he just needs to get better opponents. That's the thing, man. I know that he was going to fight Vasily Lomachenko, but I don't know what happened with that fight. I don't know if Gervonta, he just made it more difficult in the contract for Vasily Lomachenko to sign, or did Vasily Lomachenko actually chicken out? I don't know what happened, man. That would have been a great fight, but it's not going to happen. Loma might have given him a great fight as well, but I don't know what happened with that fight. It's just really disappointing, dude. It's just really disappointing that Gervonta Davis is going to retire very early in his career. He did say he wants to retire early, but man, like his resume, like all the fighters that he has fought, they're not really big names, are they? He's only had a couple of names, but like they didn't really give him a challenge. And I don't even know if this guy that he's going to fight, I think his name is Lamont Roach. I just know his last name is Roach, but I don't feel like this guy is gonna give him a good fight, to be honest. It would have been cool if they actually go like in a draw or something, but I don't see that, man. I don't see Gervonta losing at all, to be honest, against anybody. Maybe Ryan Garcia in the rematch, but other than him, I don't know, man. Teofimo Lopez, maybe so, but if he goes up against Shakur Stevenson or David Haney, I feel like he's just gonna destroy these guys, and they're gonna get KO like around round 7 or 8. Gervonta Davis is just that good, but like what stands out about Ryan Garcia is just his speed and his left hook. Even Devin Haney could not handle the pressure that Ryan Garcia was giving him. And I feel like that would have happened the same way once if he fought against Gervonta Davis again. Like they would have come up with a better strategy against him. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with Gervonta Davis. As for Ryan Garcia, he's been suspended, right? He's been suspended since this past April. And starting next year, like around April time, that's when his suspension will be lifted and he will be able to come back to professional boxing. He's actually going to do an exhibition match with an Asian. I think he was a boxer, I believe. It's an exhibition match that he's going to have on this December on Japan. So that is cool for him. He's trying to stay active. The cool thing about Ryan Garcia, he's actually been staying quiet on the platform X or Twitter, whatever you might want to call it. He really hasn't been tweeting as much, and maybe in the background he's actually working on himself, taking his time off and doing something more to better himself. And he's just staying off of social media, and that's pretty good, man, because like I said before, since like May of this year, like I mentioned to y'all that he should definitely just stay focused on his craft, on boxing, or just take a vacation. And I think he might have done that already. So that's why he's just coming back, doing the exhibition, try to get his millions again. And he's going to be ready, man. I feel like he's going to be ready again around April. So that 1 year off, like I said before, it could be something great that might happen to Ryan Garcia. Like he actually was disciplined and was able to actually better himself as a person and as a boxer, or it could derail him and actually he won't be as the boxer that we know of how he is before he actually fought Tank. Yeah, so that's what I think about Ryan Garcia, and that's what I do think about Gervonta Davis. The rematch, man. I doubt it is going to happen now because yes, Gervonta Davis, he is going to retire, and I do believe him. I do not believe he's joking. He's actually going to retire, which does suck because I did want to see him fight more compelling fighters like Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, even Teofimo Lopez. But he needs to stay active, man. He just needs to fight at least 3 times next year. If he's actually going to retire, then he has to fight at least 3 times, man, next year. Come on, man. He's got to do it. Or just fight twice next year, okay? This guy that he's going to fight, Roach, I feel like he might beat him. But like on his last main fight, he needs to go out with a bang. He needs to fight somebody pretty good. Somebody that's coming up or somebody that has a huge name in the boxing world right now. Who could that be? I do not know, but hopefully it is a good competitor that go up against him and gives him a good fight before he actually retires. And now switching gears, guys, I want to speak to you about the movie called Nosferatu. The movie, it is actually coming out on Christmas Day, I believe. And This movie has actually gotten great reviews from the critics, to be honest. That's awesome because I was wondering maybe this movie might not have done well because the guy Robert Eggers, he has created like some films that maybe you might like and probably you might hate. I gotta be honest, his movies, they're pretty like niche, to be honest. The Lighthouse, and that's a movie that I did not really like. But like the rest from his main movies that he has made, like The Northman, The Witch, I feel like those movies they were great. My favorite one of those was The Northman. I feel like it was like a psychological movie mixed with historical, and it was a good mix, to be honest. So it was a pretty awesome movie. And Nosferatu, if you guys don't know who's Nosferatu, he's basically like the very first vampire shown on screen. Maybe even before Count Dracula, to be honest. But we will see how the movie actually turns out. I cannot actually wait to actually go see this movie because it does seem like it is going to be good. But I am proud, man. I am proud that the critics actually gave it a good rating. Let me see what it is right now. Yeah, you see, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic 83%, and like the actors who are coming out is Bill Skarsgård. He's going to be Count Orlok. William Defoe, he's coming out as well, and Lily Rose Depp, who is Johnny Depp's daughter. I think she's going to play as the main lead character. To be honest, I think. I'm not really sure who might be the lead character. It could be Nosferatu himself or Lily Rose's character. Oh, and also Nicholas Holt. That's the guy who came out on X-Men, the guy who played as Beast. Yeah, he's coming out in the movie as well. I'm just seeing like the cast right now, and yeah, man, that's a good lineup. These four people, that's a really good lineup for this movie. So hopefully it does well with the audience. Hopefully they will like the movie. And once that time comes, like once I make that podcast, I will definitely review the movie and I will give you my thoughts on it once it comes out. Oh yeah, and there's this one other thing I wanted to mention to you. I'm going to this place called NostalgiaCon. By the time you're listening to this podcast, it already passed. But like I'm going to this new convention that is in Houston, Texas. I cannot wait because you will be able to see like all these actors, all these voice actors who have played TV characters or movie characters that you have grown up watching. Like for example, like the Nasty Classified actors, they are going to be there. Like the main three, Ned, Mose, and Cookie. Yeah, like the actors who played those characters, they are gonna be there, and also the voice actors for Ed and Eddie. It's gonna be awesome, man. I cannot wait to actually go and see what they have in store for everybody that goes there. I cannot actually wait, man. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, horror stuff, or anything pop culture related. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.